So we're next going to just bring on one of our very successful members. I guess a fairly new member, but he's having some good success already with the business. And I want to talk to Jason from Pennsylvania. Jason, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, great. So, you've been in the business now. We were just talking a little bit before the call, or texting back and forth, somewhere around 6 weeks or so?
Something like that, yeah, about a month and a half.
Okay. So let me just step back a little bit before that, and then we can kind of get to, what you've been doing in the business and how you found it so far. But can you maybe give me a little bit about your background, Jason, and kind of, what you've done before or kind of your experience in this industry?
Sure. I have been in the network marketing industry about 20 years now, and I have tried many businesses. I wouldn't be surprised if I've tried 200 or 300 different businesses. I've been one of those people who, like many people, have jumped around and they thought the next thing is great. But really, when it comes down to it, your program, it solves the marketing problem. I always tell people that, because with the matching postcards, I knew there was something special just with that alone. And but yeah, I've tried many different things with minimal success, very minimal. Usually, I have to beg people and get on the phone and really, get people. I've always wasted a lot of time on the phone. The other great thing with your system is, you don't have to talk to anyone, really. You just keep consistently mailing off your postcards, and things happen.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that really is kind of one of the big, I think, and I don't advocate not ever talking to anyone. Of course, I talk to people, and I'm sure you have too at some point, but you really don't have to talk to the leads or the prospects, right? The people that before they join your business. And I think that's kind of the major time waster that you were kind of referring to that you used to do a lot of.
Right. And I always think whenever I join a company, a program, that I always think about, what about the people that are going to join, under me? It's got to work for them too. And, it's because a lot of people can get into this game and they're big-time networkers, and that's great. They can make a lot of money, but, you got to think about the little people who are just starting out in a program.
Yeah, absolutely. So what really drew you to the Postcard Network or system, or maybe you can tell me kind of how you got started, how you got introduced, and what
Sure.
kind of got you excited?
Yeah, I got a postcard in the mail, and I seen it, and I immediately seen the 100% match on the postcard, and I kind of knew what that meant, and I said, whoa, I've seen a lot of postcard systems, but nothing where your marketing is coming back to you for free. It's almost for free. And that's how I started out. And I remember I called you. I didn't even join. I found your phone number, and I immediately called you, if you remember. Mm-hmm. And I got all the information, and I think you signed me up on the phone like that day, I think. But because I was so impressed and I understood everything, and I knew. And what I did was I started off myself. This is me. I joined the Gold program, and I also purchased an extra 500 postcards. And I said, okay, 650. I should be able to start off with that and get some commissions, and hopefully some matching postcards. And that's exactly what's been happening. And I tell you, the key, Joel, is this: you get the matching postcards, and you also get the 100% commission or $100 commissions. Mm-hmm. I take that $100 most of the time, and I just put it towards postage stamps. And then that way, my marketing is pretty much taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do remember that phone call, Jason. I remember because I sometimes I'm surprised when people even track down my phone number because, of course, we don't give it on the postcard. We don't really publish it. It's not super hard to find because, of course, the more and the bigger that we get as a team and as a system, obviously my number is kind of, it gets out there, but I remember getting the phone call from you and I was kind of like, oh, good, you got a postcard. And just full disclosure, folks, I wasn't even the one that sent Jason the postcard. It was one of our members. I believe it's Greg is your sponsor.
Yes.
And, so Jason called in, signed up immediately on the phone, with me. Of course, we attributed the sale to Greg because I looked back in the database and that was, Jason came from one of Greg's postcards. So in addition to the fact that he didn't, come and sign up kind of online or through the postcard, we still were easily able to find a sponsor, which is, of course, one of the most powerful things too with the system is making sure that everybody's having their success by doing the work. So, you got started, you started sending your postcards. Can you tell me, in the last 6 weeks, what kind of success you've been having or how you've found the program personally? And again, we're not going to talk specific, income numbers, but maybe just tell me just kind of anecdotally a little bit about what's been happening in your business over the last 6 weeks.
I think the last 4 weeks I've been getting commission checks. So, the money is starting to come in steadily. And also I've gotten close to 4,000, I think 4,000. And and what I do is I just look every week at how much money I have, and I just put a little bit towards postage, and I just keep marketing every week. That's the main thing. And I did talk to a few people on the phone, some old contacts of mine. I mean, that's what happens when you've been in the industry 20 years. You're gonna keep some phone numbers and some people, but you don't have to do that in this program. And that's the great thing. That's why I love this program so much, is because I knew immediately that the average person can join, mail postcards, and the system takes care of the rest. And that's all it is, really.
Yeah, and of course, now that you're starting to have success, you don't mind calling those folks, right?
Right, it's easier, yeah, because I have success. I can tell them that, and then they'll see it immediately. If they look over the program, they're going to understand it too. Yeah.
Okay, and of course you've been talking about, you said the commissions are starting to pay, they pay and are covering obviously stamps and building the business. So maybe tell me a little bit about why you feel that this business can continue growing for you, and maybe tell me a little bit about, how your business is growing beyond just the stuff that you're doing, particularly yourself, so in terms of your team.
Yeah, well, it's mainly because of the matching postcards. As long as that keeps coming in, and I know it will, that's the main thing. I look back at this program now already, and I think about if this program didn't have the matching postcards, and what a big difference that is. It would be just like every other program out there. It would be okay. But it's all about the matching postcards for me, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to market steadily and without going into debt and without having to spend a bunch of money. So that's what I focus on mainly. And I have put together a website, and I share that website with people that I personally talk to. But it just leads people straight to my postcard networker site, and that's all. It's just an added thing that I do, and I also look forward to the online training that you're coming up with in the future. But it really just comes down to that. I use my $100 commissions that I get. I put them towards the postage stamps and keep on mailing every week, even if I can only do 100 a week or 200 postcards a week, whatever. And I would encourage people on this call to do the same thing. Just do what you can every week and just be steady with it on your mailings.
Okay, so legitimately you are a real person, Jason. You've it's not like you're a full-time networker or anything like that. You still have a job that we're going to work on getting you out of, right?
That's
and really, sending 100, 200 postcards a week and just getting out what you can. So what do you see for the future for your business and for yourself and for your family with this system?
Wow. Well, sky's the limit. I know you're going to have some other residual incomes coming in off of this, and it's just about building a huge team. I could see literally, for me, I could probably see thousands of people, in my levels 2, 3, and 4, and those $20 payments alone, those are going to be really big. Like I said, I'll use the $100 off level 1 to pay for postage, and like you said before, we were talking last week, and you said, those extra $20 payments, that's like money in the bank. That's icing on the cake for me. So sky's the limit. I mean, who knows? Maybe I could make $100,000 a year or $200,000. I don't know. It could be a lot of money. It's just as long as I stay with it every week and just keep on mailing. That's the name of the game. And then, boy, it'll be life changing. I know that.
Absolutely. Now, here's the interesting thing too, is that you mentioned that we're obviously coming out with a couple of other income streams with the online marketing. We're going to have obviously a monthly residual kind of income for you. And then, of course, with the nutritional network marketing company, which, to be honest, most people in this industry, that's all they do. That's the only income stream they use. And that tends to be the biggest income, usually. So what we're doing so far isn't really even the biggest income that you're going to be getting. So when we add those two additional income streams, how do you feel that's going to transform your business?
Well, hopefully it's something I'll be able to I won't have to go to work anymore, sounds like. As long as I got, that's the other thing, is you want to have residual money coming in every month. These one-time payments, they're great, and I just look at them as helping to pay for the marketing with your gold program, and that's important. But the residual, once I see the residual money coming in every month, and it gets bigger and bigger, then that's a game changer. That is going to really open up my eyes then, as far as it's going to just change everything for my family. It's going to be
Absolutely. Great. And let's contrast one more thing, because you said you've been in the industry for 20 years. You've had some moderate successes in different businesses, but have you ever seen a business that's fully contained within one business model that has the matching postcards and 3 income streams, 2 of which are kind of a recurring, and the gold, of course, which is a one-time payment or one-time income, but obviously recurring as the team grows. So have you ever seen anything kind of put together that you've participated in that has all of that?
No, I never have, and I don't know if you've copyrighted it, but you should, because I have a feeling other places and other groups are going to try to do the same thing, because it makes sense. It actually helps the little people, and that's the most important thing. You have to do that to be successful, and I've never seen it, and not in 20 years. I haven't seen it yet.
Right on. Well, we're and that's kind of one of the things that I've always tried to do, and I'm glad that we get the feedback from you, Jason, and so many of our other members, that it really is set up to help that new person have success. And the reason why is because if that new person has success, then you and I can have success, and everybody can have success then. When kind of somebody without any experience can. So just to finish up, Jason, if you can tell me, what would you recommend to a new person? Like if you were talking to some of the people on the call, they're maybe just getting started, maybe they just came through the website and they're basic members, what recommendation would you give them to kind of get their business started or to participate in the Postcard Networker system?
Yeah. Step 1 would be go gold. I always tell people go gold, upgrade to the gold level, because that's the only way you can get matching postcards. That's the most important thing in your business. It's only a one-time payment, which makes it great. Most people can do that. And then once you do that, I would recommend, if you can, buy as many postcards as you can right off the bat. Like I said, I bought an additional 500 postcards to get me going. If someone can do that, or even 200, 300, whatever they can do, just get it going, and then the matching postcards, they'll start coming in. Give it a good month. I think it took a month for me to really start seeing postcards coming in, and then the commissions coming in as well. That's it. And the important thing that I do is I use my $100 commissions to help pay for postage. Some people might see, $100, $200, and go on a shopping spree. But I would recommend holding some of that money back, at least half of it if you can, and keep putting it towards marketing. And like I said, I've received 4,000 matching postcards now, and I know we were texting earlier, Joel. You said that that's over $2,000 worth in marketing. I never even considered that. That's a lot of money that goes for free towards my marketing. So there's no other program like it out there anywhere.
Right on. Thanks so much, Jason. I appreciate you coming on the call today.